Thank you for this opportunity, first of all. A little bit. Actually, I met Robert through pack mail, that's correct. He came in and we started talking about the song that was on the radio. And he told me that he was a pastor and he told me about community recovery. Well, at that time I was like, I don't need recovery. I don't struggle, I don't have any addictions. So I didn't think much of it, but I said, God just placed you in my life for a reason, even if I don't understand what it is. A week later, like Lou said, I was sitting on my front porch with my husband, we were grilling, and there was a shooting in front of my home. We hear about it all over the news, but you don't expect to see it while you're sitting on your porch grilling. And I didn't really know what to do. After the shooting happened, there was the whole community gathered in my yard. There was a gentleman who also came into my yard. His adrenaline was racing, and I'm pretty sure that he was the shooter. So it was extremely traumatic for me. The next day I went to work and I had no emotion. I was just pure in shock. I didn't even say goodbye to my husband, and he didn't know what to do. The first customer who came in was less than pleasant, and was first one, and he just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and all of the emotion that I was holding inside just came out. It was almost like I vomited. I couldn't stop crying. I just was shaking and trembling, and who became my best customer, my favorite customer, had came in, and she ran to me and wrapped her arms around me, and it took about 15 minutes to calm me down so I could tell her what happened. And she said, Sarah, you really need to seek some spiritual guidance. At that time, I didn't belong anywhere. I knew who God was. I didn't have a relationship at that point. And I didn't know where to turn. And so I'm like, okay, God, what do I do? And all of a sudden, Robert's face appeared in my mind. And I'm like, okay, if this is your will. So I called Robert, and he didn't answer. And what do you say? How do you leave a message? I didn't know what to do. And I was like, all right, God, if this is your will, he'll call me back. Within minutes, Pastor Robert called me back. He didn't know who I was. Only for a brief second did we meet. He said, I said, wherever you are, I'll come meet you. I need to talk to you. He didn't know what he was walking into. He prayed with Pastor Lou, and he came to me immediately. He changed his whole schedule to come to me because it was that important. And he came to me and he helped me understand that I didn't have to understand. That it could have been anything that happened that led it to that point. And he helped me to overcome this. I was ready to pack all my stuff and run away from Grand Rapids and go hide out somewhere in the country where nobody could find me because I was terrified, and he came to me and helped me through it. And out of respect, I came and checked out community recovery. My first day there, I sat back, kind of towards the rear of the church, and I just watched, and I had no idea where I was at, because I had never been to a church like that. I'd never been to a place of worship with these sort of people. However, I also found out that it was the most amazing place I'd ever been. They accept you where you are, right where you are. You don't have to change. And they show you how to have a relationship. We show you how to have a relationship with God to help overcome your hurts, your habits, and your hang-ups. And it changed my life. And now I want everybody to have what I have. I want to spread the message. I want people to feel the feeling. And just, the first time I went to and it was the whole thing as a whole. When I went to the women's issues group, and they gave me a blue coin, and it said, welcome home. It was the first time I'd ever felt somewhere that I belonged, where nobody was judging me. And wonderful praying grandmas. I could go back to her and say, I'm lost this week. I believe in God, I've turned to God, but I'm still struggling. And she prayed with me every week, every week, every week. And then all of a sudden, I found it easier to have that relationship with God. And through community recovery, I became a member of New Community Church. And I became Pastor Robert's assistant because he came to me when I didn't know where to turn. And so we help all sorts of people. We help people who are homeless, who have nothing, who have no one. But we also help middle class. We also help people who have everything, but they can't turn to their friends and family because they'll be judged. And it's the most amazing place. And God has me exactly where I need to be to help change other people's lives, to give them this sense of freedom that I've got because of going there. And we put together this 180 program, and it's only going to be with your help that we can continue to change lives and to help those who really desperately need to be helped. We have to be the change that we want to see in Grand Rapids, in Hudsonville, in the world. And it's just one person at a time. You know, somebody who is willing, like Pastor Robert, to drop everything and to come to me when I needed to be talked off the ledge. I myself have now had that experience. I've been able to help people when they're on that ledge and not knowing what to do. And it's only because of his guidance. It's only because of his grace and the grace of everybody who's part of Community Recovery and New Community Church. So I just want to say thank you, and if God places you and on your heart to help us, we would definitely appreciate it.